Now, if you will, close your eyes and begin to listen to all the sounds that you can hear in the room. Perhaps you can hear a computer humming, a fax machine. You may hear cars driving by on the road. You may even hear planes overhead or children next door. Just know that each time you hear any of these noises, they will not distract you or deter you from your session today. In fact, each time you hear one of these sounds, it will help you to go deeper and deeper down into that peaceful calm that you've chosen to experience today. Now, in your imagination, in your mind's eye, I'd like you to find, in your physical body, a place that we call your center core. It's a place where you feel that you can pull all of your energy into. Now, it's different for everyone. For some, it's in the chest. For others, it's in the belly. Wherever that is for you, please pull all of your energy into that place now. Now, in your imagination, in your mind's eye, drift out of your body and go and touch the wall in front of you, all the way to the wall in front of you, and then drift back into your body, into that center core, deep into that center core. Good. And each time we do this and you come back in, you can go deeper and deeper down. Now, come out of your body again, and this time go and touch the wall behind you, all the way to the wall behind you, and then come back into your body now. Deeper into that center core, deep down, deep in. Good. Now, if you will, come out of your body and move to the wall on your right. Send your presence all the way to the wall on the right. And then come back into your body now. That deep center core becoming a place that feels good to be in now. Sinking deep into that center core. This time, please drift out of your body and go to the wall on the left, all the way to the wall on the left, and then come back in. Deeper this time than you've been before, deep in, deep down now, to where it's beginning to feel familiar and secure. This time, come out of your body and go all the way down to the floor beneath you. And come back into your body now, deep into that center core, deep down. And now, float all the way out of your body, all the way to the ceiling, way up. And just float around up there, on your stomach or on your back, whatever is more comfortable for you. And just feel the weightlessness, and gently and slowly drift down like a bubble, or a butterfly, or a leaf on a breeze, back into that wonderful warm, deep center core of your physical body. Deep down now, snuggled deep into that center core, where you can rest. Now gather up any little bits of energy you may have left anywhere in the room and anywhere else you might have been today, whether it was on the phone, in the car, walking, wherever that may be. Bring all of that energy back into your center core now. Back into your center core where they belong. It's your energy. It belongs in your center core. And now rest just for a moment. Good. Now, in your mind's eye or your imagination, imagine yourself in a small garden. It is a warm and sunny morning. The green lawn is nearly manicured, and the grass is dry underfoot. A lovely border of bright flowers runs around the lawn. You wander over to the border and slowly walk along the edge of it, feeling the soft grass under your feet. Flowers of all different colors wave gently in the slight breeze. As you meander past them, reds, blues, pinks, yellows, and oranges paint the border, making it bright and cheerful, and you spend time looking at each one of the flowers in turn. You focus on the shape of the soft petals, the texture of the verdant green leaves, and the scent of each one. As you do so, you find yourself thinking less and less about your stresses and about your concerns, and more about the flowers in front of you and the wonderful dynamic that they have together. Some are delicate, others robust and large, and they mingle together perfectly, creating a fantastic display just for you. As you come towards the end of the border, you see it unfinished. A small area of bare earth sits waiting to be filled with color. It sits waiting for you. There are several beautiful flowering plants sitting in pots by the border along with a small trowel. You sit in the comfortable grass looking over each plant, choosing which one to put where, deciding which will look best together, which will be tall and should sit at the back, and which are small, perfect for the front of your patch. You focus on this task, and only this task, forgetting everything else. You choose to your first plant and dig a hole with the trowel, just the right size for it. Carefully you take the plant out of its pot and place it in the border. You cover it with the soil you moved and pat it down just a little. Pleased with your work, you choose the next plant doing the same, followed by the next and the next. Soon enough, you've placed every plant in the border. You look over the area you've completed and realize you've planted it perfectly. You feel pleased and satisfied with the work you've done. You spend several moments looking it over, seeing how well your planting blends with that was already there, how well the colors merge and how lovely the flowers look melding together. You take your time to enjoy the whole border now that it is completed, feeling relaxed and content and relaxed. You stand and follow a grass path leading from the lawn between a small hedge. You pass under a rose arch, catching the scent of its large pink blooms as you do so. The path winds through a kitchen garden filled with raised beds. Each bed contains vegetables at varying stages of growth. Young carrots spring up like grass. Beans and peas climb up bamboo frames as if trying to reach the blue sky. You spot a green pumpkin, waiting to be ripened by the summer sun, so it is nicely round and orange for Halloween. You wander amongst the vegetables and fruit, looking with interest at what is growing here. You pause by one bed that is a riot of small white flowers, mixed with ripe red strawberries. You lean down and pick a large red berry. You turn it in your hand, feeling the sensation of its soft, ripe skin in your fingers. So you take a bite. It is sweet and perfect. And you take a deep breath in, enjoying the surroundings of the garden and the strawberry that you're eating. And eventually you move on, continuing through the rest of the vegetable garden. And you realize there's a tall red brick wall at one end of it. You follow the red brick structure past apple and pear trees, each with small fruits forming on them. You pause at one, touching the soft, hard fruit that is forming there. You continue following the wall again, and at the end of it you see an old wooden door, almost obscured by ivy. Pushing aside the mass of green ivy, you find a round door handle. You take a hold of the handle, feeling the coldness of the metal in your hands. Carefully you turn the handle and slowly push the door open. Beyond the door is another part of the garden. Here the cottage garden flowers grow in abundance, wildly spreading throughout the space around a large stone fountain. The green grass path cuts its way through the jumble of delicate white, pink, and yellow flowers. And you follow the path, making your way towards the fountain. A large urn sits in the center of the fountain. It overflows with water, the liquid spilling down from it in a shimmering curtain to settle in the pool below. You sit on the edge of the fountain, listening to the tinkling and dripping of the water as it falls and the splash of it as it hits the pool. You take several deep breaths, focusing on the flowers and the sound of the water. Absently, you dip the tips of your fingers into the pool, letting the cool water flow between your fingers as you swirl them around in the water. You lean your head back, allowing the sun to fall on your face, feeling the warmth of it spread across your skin. You feel yourself relaxing, surrounded by the sounds of tweeting birds, the gentle burbling of the flowing water and the swish of the grasses waving in the breeze. Eventually you stand and begin to follow the path again. It winds through the meadow flowers, twisting between patches of tall grass, their seated heads bowing down, nodding in the breeze. You feel your muscles relax with every step you take. You allow your hands to drag through the grasses, feeling them on your fingers and hands, and birds flit through the sky, occasionally landing on the path before you, before darting off once more into the blue sky. Ahead you see several bushy green trees on the top of a low knoll. The path winds towards them and you follow it, enjoying the feel of the warm sun shining down on you as you walk. Each step takes you further from any worries or any troubles. You feel your tensions and stresses dropping away from you, leaving you feeling calm and more relaxed with every step you take. And as you reach the top of the knoll, you see that there is a pale white hammock stretched in between two trees. The thick fabric almost gleams at the bright sunshine. You step up to the hammock, reaching out and brushing the fabric with your fingers. The material feels strong but soft and yielding. You run your fingers further along the hammock, up to the thick beige rope that holds it tightly to the trees. You walk all around the hammock before you carefully sit down in the middle of it. From this position, you look out over the meadow that stretches away from you, all the way to the horizon. You stare at the green fields dotted with trees, the masses of wildflowers, and the blue open sky. You slowly slip further into the hammock so that you're laid fully stretched out in it. You're enveloped in the white fabric and you feel comfortable and secure. And you feel the hammock slowly swing back and forth as you watch the soft, fluffy white clouds pass across the bright blue sky. As the hammock gently sways, you find yourself completely relaxed, completely comfortable, focusing on the slow rocking and lulling movement of the peaceful hammock. You think over your path to the hammock, the work you accomplished in the border and how beautiful it looked, the fruits and vegetables growing in the vegetable garden, those which were ripe and ready to eat like the red sweet strawberry, and those still growing with the promise of a harvest yet to come. Discovering the door to the wildflower meadow, with its cold metal handle, and resting by the coolness of the bubbling waters of the fountain. All these images fill your mind, pushing away any and all negative thoughts. You feel all the stress and tension are gone. Totally relaxed, totally comfortable, lulled by the swinging of the hammock, slowly moving back and forth. Back and forth, you begin to feel sleepy. You lay your head back and allow every muscle to relax, letting yourself sink more deeply into the hammock. Feeling the warmth of the sun, your eyes are closed and you fall into a deep, peaceful, and fulfilling sleep. Sleep.